Welcome back to the Explainer. Today we're diving into a really fascinating puzzle: how machines automatically separate messy digital documents. If you've ever dealt with massive stacks of paperwork, you already know the headache of organizing them. But how does a computer look at a giant digital file and know exactly how to classify and separate each individual page? Well, that's exactly the puzzle we're decoding today.
Picture this relatable scenario for a second. Imagine a bank receives a continuous, totally chaotic scan of paperwork. We're talking a 100-page PDF file that's just a massive digital pile of mixed application forms, national IDs, utility bills, and salary slips. It is a complete mess. How on earth does an algorithm know exactly where one individual file ends and a brand new one begins? I mean, for us humans, it's pretty intuitive, but for a machine, it requires a highly sophisticated classification system.
To actually solve this, we use a clear, 5-step classification pipeline: the document separation problem, extracting page-level features, probabilistic local classification, sequence mapping and rules, and finally, global decoding and splitting. Let's get right into it.
Section 1. The document separation problem, setting the stage. So, taking a look at the big picture, there's a complete 7-step algorithmic roadmap to get from raw data to separated files. The process starts at the top with input and pre-processing, basically taking in raw pixels and deskewing or straightening out those scanned pages. From there, it moves into OCR, feature extraction, and probabilistic classification. But for this explainer, we're zeroing in strictly on the brain of the operation, exactly how these individual pages are classified and decoded.
Moving right along to Section 2, extracting page-level features, finding the clues. Okay. Before a machine can ultimately classify a page, it desperately needs clues. And remember, pages aren't just text, they're incredibly multimodal. During the feature extraction phase, algorithms run optical character recognition, OCR, to build a comprehensive multimodal profile. They pull textual features using TF-IDF scores or bag of words to spot key terms like invoice or agreement. But they don't stop there. They also hunt for visual features, maybe a barcode, a QR code, or even a coffee-stained company logo. Add in structural features like the density of tables or margin widths. And all these distinct data points give the machine a complete, unique fingerprint for classification.
Which brings us to Section 3, probabilistic local classification, the educated guess.
All right, this is where the actual classification magic starts happening. A trained local classifier, think along the lines of a support vector machine or a naive Bayes model, evaluates those features we just found and assigns probabilities to 4 foundational boundary states. Is it a start page, meaning the first page of a multi-page doc? Is it a middle page, continuing an existing one? Is it an end page, or is it just a standalone single page? The algorithm calculates a mathematical probability for every single one of these 4 labels, page by page.
Now for Section 4, sequence mapping and rules, the missing context.
Here's the twist, though. Guessing page by page in total isolation, it's just way too error-prone. It's kind of like trying to guess a word without reading the rest of the sentence. If we evaluate pages in isolation, a classifier might look at a super dense table of financial figures and be completely uncertain. Is this the start of a brand new invoice or just a middle page of something else? But by calculating transition probabilities, evaluating in sequence, the system uses context. If it knows the previous page was definitively a start page, well, it's highly likely this dense table is a middle page. Sequence mapping enforces a highly accurate global flow, which instantly fixes any broken local classifications.
Let's look at a tangible example to see exactly how they're classified in practice. Imagine a batch of 5 pages. Page 1 is an application form with a signature. The classifier labels this a start page. Page 2 is a salary slip full of tables. That clearly maps to a middle page. Page 3 is a photo of a national ID. That's the end page of that first document. Then we jump to page 4, a utility bill with a barcode. That's a single, standalone document. And finally, page 5 is a consent letter, another single document. By viewing them as an interconnected sequence, the machine sees with total clarity exactly where document 1 ends and documents 2 and 3 begin.
To strictly enforce this logic, models like hidden Markov models or conditional random fields apply what are basically rigid grammatical rules to the classifications. Just think about these constraints. You physically cannot have a middle page following an end page without a start sandwiched in between. It just wouldn't make sense. So by applying these hard validation rules, the system easily filters out any nonsensical guesses the local classifier might have accidentally made.
Finally, Section 5. global decoding, and splitting, the final decode.
Now we bring all these sequence rules and local probabilities together to finalize our page classifications and make the actual split. The system relies on a mathematical powerhouse as the ultimate judge, the Viterbi algorithm. It looks at the whole picture, all the local classification guesses and sequence rules across the entire batch, and it resolves any lingering conflicts. Once it finds the absolute most probable global sequence, it executes the final classification, inserting logical split points exactly at those start and single boundaries. And just like that, boom, perfectly separated files.
It really makes you wonder, right? If classifying local clues with global context can turn a massive stack of chaotic pages into perfectly organized files, what other messy digital datasets could this classification logic bring order to? Thank you so much for joining me in this explainer to decode the magic behind document separation. Keep learning, keep questioning, and I'll catch you in the next one.